Hey everybody, Larry and Al back at you. Larry and Al Search for Truth, along with our high-tech guy Elijah, so we can make sure that we broadcast loud and clear. We're doing number 47.
47,
baby.
Oh man,
we live to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
And here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. So
47.
buckle it down and let's see what the topic of the day is.
Okay.
Well, we were just talking off camera, so continue with your conversation about that.
Well, people, they made a decision on who they wanted to be running the country. And they made it, the shift of the country when he came in at 16, he had his hand on the pulse. And what he had his hand on was the thing that had been hidden all the time was the overt racism. And he fostered it, and what people don't understand, the only thing he's concerned about is himself.
Right.
He don't care about nobody else. Okay, so and he's even going through what we're going through right now. He's how much money is going in his pocket?
Well, there some talk about insider trading and
he's doing all
some investigation on that, or what's going on?
He's come on.
Well, I know that
he's corrupt. Think about this. You have a criminal in the White House. Okay, when you think about it, I'm 81 years old, and I have never seen a criminal in the White House.
Not one overtly.
Not one that was a criminal.
That was convicted.
This is a convicted felon. This is he can't even vote.
First a grand jury indictment, and then a 37-count conviction from a unanimous decision by a jury of his peers. I don't know.
And
can't be any clearer than that.
Then think about that. He can't even vote. He's a convicted felon.
Right.
He can't even vote.
But the law doesn't seem to apply to him.
No. And that's the thing that he's got all of these people running around and bending over backward, twisting up into pretzels, doing what he wants done. And think about this. He's a mafia boss. If you think about it, he's a mafia boss.
Is that what people are afraid of?
No. I'm just saying. That's just what I'm saying.
But is that one of the reasons that people are so loyal? They fear him.
Well, because he says, you think about all the people that don't do what he wants done. What does he do? He puts the hexy on them, right? Okay, but you got to remember, everything he touches turns to shit.
Right.
Okay, how do you bankrupt a casino? How do you bankrupt two casinos? Okay? And he's been getting money from Russia since about 2010. And then, Russia's got him in the back pocket. He's so overt. He's a Putin puppet. He's a Putin puppet. And he wants to be a dictator. He wants to belong to the dictator group.
So what's this talk about a third term, too? Is that...
Oh, shit, yeah. If he's alive, they'll figure out a way to... If he doesn't explode this time, because the people that put him in there are the people that are getting hurt the most.
You mean as far as the electorate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, when everybody said, Kamala Harris told us exactly what was going to happen. She didn't miss words. She said exactly what was going to happen. And I knew, he hadn't changed. Anytime a man, he says he doesn't want to lose power. He doesn't want to lose. He keeps on doubling down because you keep on doubling down. Yes, you're going to be right in the end. But what damage have you done to the world?
What about the midterms and trying to fix the vote?
They're trying to manipulate whatever they can manipulate. The Republicans have been manipulating the electorate for not just 10 years, 20 years. So they
Because
have.
they don't really have the numbers. per
No,
se.
they don't, but they gerrymandered everything.
Yeah.
And they gerrymandered everything, and they make laws so that the minority people can't vote. Okay, and just like in the old days, and back in the old days, when in the South, the black people had their own property before they did
Poll taxes.
poll taxes and all that kind of crap.
Right. So that's the America that he wants to go back to.
Well, I tell you, when I tell you that, that's what it is. It's back to the 50s. That's
Or even further. I mean, back
that's
up to the 50s, right?
That's what the 50s is. That's what it looked like.
Post Reconstruction.
Well, 50s, and you see, nothing. They didn't do the civil rights desegregation until 68, 69,
Right.
somewhere around there. But
Voting Rights Act in '64.
I would be embarrassed if I was a white man.
Well, you know,
I'm gonna tell you why. Because he says, I want my uneducated people, okay, and the white population doesn't read it. The white population is at least educated of all the people.
well, they entrust him to do their bidding because they can't do it
They
themselves.
can't do because they're ignorant.
Well, whatever it is. whatever
No,
the reason
because they have no. Their power base is being in charge and not being progressive by being in charge. They want to maintain the status quo and they want to tell everybody what to do because that's what they want.
Well, I think a large percentage they didn't like the way the country was progressing. It's a natural progression, inclusion, diversity, equality.
If you're gonna bring people from around the world to your country, the country's gonna progress.
Yeah, it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
It's not gonna. Because we're a melting pot.
We can't wait. See, I'd say enhance the diversity. I mean, embrace. I'm not saying embrace the
what they want is to have a white,
I know,
evangelical
Mhm.
population, so that they will be in charge. Okay, but if you're gonna do that, then you need to stay up on top of what's going on in the world. Okay, Malaysia is a prime example. I mean, they're strict, very strict, but they have a good, they have a good population. Like he's talking about taking over Canada. Canada has universal health care. We can't even get. We don't have no universal health care. You get what I'm saying? I mean, because Big Pharma doesn't want that.
I was reading a thing today about the financial markets and stuff, and there was this guy who's a CEO of these investment banks, kind of high up on the thing, and he said America used to be the stabilizer. Now we are become the destabilizer.
Well,
We kind of flipped it completely in the last. I mean, in the blink of an eye.
You got a man who's president, and he can't even write a speech. He can't even. He's not an orator. Okay, and the only thing he does is complain and cry and bitch, and everybody mistreating me. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Okay. And now look at the difference between him and Obama.
Big difference.
Okay,
When you
Obama's
think back to the Obama terms,
okay. Obama's an orator. And the guy said in the Senate, "We're going to make you a one-term president."
well, that was their mission from day one of the first term. And
Not
now
to
you're-
pass anything,
Right.
and he got it done.
And now, and that's the other thing. Now he's out of power, McConnell, and he's complaining. He's saying, "Well, we need to do this." No, it's little too little.
It's just
too
right.
late. You
You
had
had a
your
chance.
You had
You
your
had a
chance.
chance.
If you really knew what you knew, then you should have acted then.
Well,
Now
but-
it's too late. You've already let the
But
cat out of the bag.
His wife was a secretary of transportation, so everybody had a grift.
Yeah.
You see, and see what.
But as long as they stay loyal, because
Yes.
then he started turning on her.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, he can get rid of anybody he wanted to.
I mean, his loyalty goes only inch deep.
It goes like this.
If there's any diversion from him,
I mean, you think about the man is the man replaced the he didn't the head of the defense, and he placed a 5-star general. And this guy is talking about, and I'm thinking he was on TV for the weekends, and these guys, Fat Cash Patel, I mean, all of these people, they know, hey, they want power, and so how do you get power? You suck up to the man who's wielding it. I mean,
and he's got the absolute power. He's got him on all of them on a short leash, and he's not going to relinquish it.
No.
So here's my thinking too. So when Trump dies, what replaces him? What's the vacuum? Is it a newer version? Is it a whole different direction? I mean, what happens to the structure of this party?
It's a cult.
Yeah, but I mean, who more than likely could emerge to either, or do we stay down?
DeSantis, because he's a smarter version of Trump.
Okay,
you got what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's a smarter version of Trump.
I think J.D. Vance is kind of trying to put himself in that place.
J.D. Vance just came along for the ride. He don't know what day it is. Okay, but here's a guy who wrote a book about Trump, talking about Trump was despicable, blah blah blah, and the next thing you know,
he kisses the ring.
He kisses the ring.
It's an interesting.
Well, it just goes to show you what level of depravity a man will go through to be respectful.
To be respectful or to be respected?
To be respectful or respected in his life without going through the root, without going paying his dues.
Getting his hands dirty, rolling his sleeves up, getting real, right? Getting real. He's never in a day of his life ever had to get real.
And this is what the white population has always been. But
that's not the case of the people that so loyally follow him. They've tried to work. They've tried to earn it. They've tried to.
The people that follow him are the people that are just like him, who have never been in charge of anything, and now they had an opportunity to be in charge. And it's not when we talk about the educated folks, it ain't the educated folks, okay? Because if you're able to reason, you can say, wait a minute, something's wrong here, and I'm not going to go this way, okay? But if you never had a chance to be on the limelight, so to speak,
this is their day in the sun.
Day in the sun. And when you remember when he came in with the lady from Alaska, when they came in with what was that movement?
Oh, with John McCain and Sarah Palin?
Yeah. What was that movement? Mm. And then you got the guy that Jim, the guy that always just does the hearings and stuff. Jim Jordan. And he has no legal experience. He's not even a lawyer. Okay, but he stood by and watched the coaches pump the little boys in the butt of the Ohio State. Okay, and he begged them not to turn him in. Okay, I mean, those are the kind of people that are in charge that won't stand up for truth. Okay, hey, we're searching for truth. They won't stand up for truth. Okay, and they're looking to blame see when you try to blame everybody else for what's wrong with you, then that's a problem.
Well, what I'm seeing too is there are people that I know supported him,
Mm-hmm.
and I think in their mind they know it was wrong, but they won't admit it. They'll just not ignore it. They won't. They'll double down on it.
Look at Elon Musk, Bezos, the other guy, all those guys.
What's the guy?
Okay,
Zuckerberg.
Yeah. He had him tied up because he holds the purse strings. Okay, Elon Musk was he was making $800 million a day, doing what he going through. Tommy, going through the government. You cleaning out all that stuff, all the government stuff, and he was making $800 million a day. Excuse me. Everybody was getting. It was he turned the United States into a grift. Everybody's getting a piece of the money. Okay, everybody's getting a piece of the pie.
Remember Reagan's saying about the beacon on the hill? I don't know if I necessarily bought that, but we were a country that people did look to. I mean, we certainly had our faults. We certainly had weaknesses. We certainly had.
We had a government that even though they disagreed, they went through the process.
Right.
Okay, they went through the
they
process.
Respected the process. Right?
Yeah, and then he's writing emergency orders and all that kind of crap. You talking about anybody who dissents against him, he's going to investigate them. All that kind of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I think people are afraid.
McCarthy, this is McCarthyism, okay? And he learned that from his lawyer, who was a lawyer from McCarthy.
But McCarthyism it didn't. Who was the president? Was that Eisenhower?
It was 50. Because I used to watch it on TV every day.
I've seen videos of it.
Yeah, I used to watch it on TV every day.
Clips of it. But I think it was Eisenhower.
It might have been Truman.
Well, Truman was at 48 to 52.
It was.
And Eisenhower came in then for two terms.
Yeah.
52.
Yeah, it was Eisenhower.
So, but my reason I was asking that is because even the McCarthyism, the McCarthy hearings, it didn't reach the presidency. It didn't come a direction from him.
No,
I don't know what his response was. I don't know.
He was a senator from Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean I know, but I'm saying I don't know what Eisenhower's response was.
He got to the generals, and the general said, he said, do you have no shame? Okay, and then that broke it down because he was using innuendos and everything like this, and he was scaring people.
Do you think that Trump is building a house of cards? It's
well, he's got the reason why he wants to give it to the immigrants is because he privatized the prisons and they're holding them down there, right? And the guy that's in charge of the what's his name, Holman or whatever his name is, okay, he's getting a piece of the action. Okay, it cost him six. And the reason why he wants to send him back to El Salvador or wherever he goes, it only cost him $6 million. Now keep him in the place right there costs him more money.
Yeah, and El Salvador is making money.
Yeah. So he's got every angle, everything that he has, everything he does, there's an angle to it. Okay, because he thought Canada was gonna say whatever you want, and then they said no, you can't bully people. Okay, especially when you're not even strong. Okay, and he wants to be like the Putin and John whatever. Yeah. Shit. He doesn't want nobody to say nothing about what's going on. He's already eviscerated the. I don't even look at CNN or I might look at the other one, the MSNBC. they're solid. But I don't CNN. He bullied them on out of the picture.
They had
Anybody?
Scott Walker on the other day.
Huh?
CNN had Scott Walker on the other day.
Who's Scott Walker?
Remember the governor of Wisconsin? He was the governor of Wisconsin. He ran for president. He's out of office now.
Yeah.
Scott Walker. You remember him?
What did he have to say?
Well, he's an ultra conservative. They come across as trying to be neutral or fair and just, but their leanings come out, and they lean into the narrative, and they can't really be honest.
No, they can't. They're not honest because they're not honest.
Well, they're not.
Okay, see. If you go for this okie doke, then you're not an honest human being, and that's the way I look at it. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm such a great person, but see, he doesn't care about nobody in this country except the people that will do his bidding.
Let me ask you a really honest question.
Yes.
And I know you'll be honest with me and frank. And as a black man, did you feel that there was progress being made in policies and in procedures and in growth as far as race was concerned? Did you feel that there was some steps in the none?
None, because
prior to
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm an 81-year-old black male. If I go to a restaurant and they said I don't want to serve you, or I'm gonna call the police on you, okay? I better be real careful what I do.
Even before all these
was that the case? This young man's in jeopardy down in San Diego because if he goes to the wrong place and makes the wrong turn, the police will come up.
But is it worse now? Has it come to the surface?
Come on, man! Come on! You see those guys with all the gear? I mean, when do you have military gear on as a policeman? Who are you afraid of? Okay, and the people that you shoot and kill don't even have guns. Okay, the reason why you kill them is because they don't give you the respect that you think you should have.
And it doesn't make a difference.
It don't make a difference. Okay? You don't see you don't see no white boys getting shot up, do you? Come on, how many white boys you ever get hear about getting shot up?
Not in those
on traffic stop.
Yeah.
Come on, how many of them?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But the numbers of people of color is.
That's why you have to be careful. I have to.
So in that matter, it really it's almost the same as it was.
That's why I don't go nowhere after dark.
But you used to.
No,
you always knew.
I was in my unless I was going somewhere specific.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what was it, Anaheim? Yeah, Fullerton. Those are sundown states.
Yeah.
Sundown cities.
Sundown cities. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good. I knew I would get a good answer, and so there's no pretending. There's no pretending that there was anything.
No. People, they're not even.
Pretending. But it was quiet. Now it's open. Now it's open. It's
absolutely open.
It's okay to say it, whereas before I don't know. I better not say that.
Well, because they're looking for us on site.
So I remember his first term in 2016. He his big thing was no PR, no political. PC, no political correctness.
No.
Throw it out. It's ridiculous, and that is. That was the beginning. That's the beginning of saying it out loud. Because people felt that way.
Well, wait a minute. He wants to get rid of Jackie Rallis and all those.
Right.
Anybody who's contributed to the function. What he doesn't understand, in the 20th century, damn near every invention was done by a black man, and a white man took it over.
I understand.
Okay, these are things that kids don't even learn, and when he doesn't want, slavery, okay, but that's what it was.
a form of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't even know where my family comes from. You got what I'm saying?
That was
either side.
You know, I remember teaching in the classroom, and you know, February would roll around and with Black History Month. You know, we would watch "I Have a Dream" speech, and we would cover topics. But the white kids were always saying, "What? I don't get it. Why do they have to have a Black history? Why can't it be white history?" I go, "White history is all around. I mean, that's the history you're reading about in the textbooks and learning about. You're seeing a paragraph here or a paragraph there, but just by the way. But as far as that, I don't think it ever resonated because I know.
No, because you don't see. You learn from the home.
Yeah.
See, you learn from the home, and if you don't have people that are conscious of what's going on and teaching them children the way, like I said about my children, and we understood. I told them how to behave, where to go, and that's why I used to go out to take them out to dinner and stuff like that, so they would be used to.
So they could navigate it. They could understand it. They could understand the seas.
Yeah, you know where to, how to go about doing stuff.
Well, let me share you a little current story from the last couple of weeks. So on our trip, we went to Ensenada.
Okay.
And we toured this old cultural building. We did a whole bunch of activities on El Dia de Muerte, which is a cool cultural thing. But then we got some time and we went and got some lunch. We went to a restaurant. And of course, all the people come up and they're trying to sell you their wares and stuff. And a lot of them had kids with them. So I had my 5 grandkids sitting there, and I was trying to teach them that, you know, you just say no thank you, and then I tried to teach them Spanish, por favor, no gracias. And they were, why do you have to say that? I go, just do it. It's a respect thing. So then they finally did it, and the lady kind of smiled. I said, see, it creates a difference. So afterwards, I took them, after they got home, I sat them all down, and I said, look, I just want to share something with you. You know, when we were having lunch, yeah, you know the little kids that came up, the little 5-year-old, 4-year-old kids with their parents selling trinkets and stuff, that's going to be their life, their entire life, the rest of their life. That's what they're going to do. That's what they do. They don't get to go play soccer. They don't get to go hang out with their friends and go to the park. This is going to be their life. So all I want you to do is be aware of that. I want you to realize how much you have. So when you complain that this is no fun, I'm bored, or, you know, there's too much ketchup on my hamburger or whatever, I want you to just think about it. So I sort of want to plant that seed for them. And I think it's just a plant. It's just a beginning. But I think I have that influence with them, and I think they listen. So it is a matter of trying to, like you said, with your daughters, teaching them.
I gave them the minimum. I mean, they did gymnastics and tap and stuff like that. But I didn't go out and buy Tremendous Affairs jeans or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we went to the Goodwill. Okay, I went to even though I was able to buy clothes, but I mean, we went to the Goodwill to let them know that there's nothing wrong with getting clothes from there. Okay, so.
Well, I think this was a good start for number 47. So we're going to wrap up.
Okay.
But I have an idea where we want to go on the next one. So peace out. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Look at our merchandise. Not that we're trying to make any big money, but, you know, it helps.
It helps.
You know. So anyway, love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
All right. Peace out. Those of you that are out there listening, subscribe to our page so that you can get the notifications of when we're going to record again.